Now that we've got the 3ds Max interface all set up the way we want it, let's learn about the basics of creating primitives. A primitive is a building block object, like a box or a sphere, and we can create them from the main menu or from the Create panel. To begin creating a primitive, you can choose the menu item, Create, Standard Primitives, Box, for example, or you can click on the button on the Create panel. The Create panel is divided into categories such as geometry, shapes, lights, and cameras. The default category is geometry, which refers to surfaces. And it's also divided into subcategories accessible from this pull-down list, and the default there is standard primitives. Click the button labeled Box to activate the Box Creation tool. Now we can either create the primitive interactively by clicking and dragging the mouse, or by entering numeric values. Let's look at keyboard entry first. There's a section here in a rollout, which is an interface element to contain controls. Let's open up the keyboard entry rollout. And here we can plug in the position of our new box in X, Y, and Z coordinates, and also its dimensions in length, width, and height. There's a rollout for creation method, and if we choose cube instead of box, then we'll only have one dimension. The width and height are grayed out. Let's set the length value to 24 and press Enter. Now you may be wondering what units we're measuring in. By default, these are 3ds Max generic units, also known as system units. The default system unit is an inch, so we're specifying that we want a cube that is 24 inches on a side, or 2 feet. Later we'll look at how to set up units of measurement, such as the metric system. If we scroll down a little bit, using the scroll bar on the right, we'll see there's a rollout labeled Parameters. And here we can specify some other attributes or properties, such as the number of segments. Those are the number of polygon faces in each of the 3 dimensions. If we want more detail on the primitive, we can increase these segments values. I'll select the length segments and type in a value of 12. Press Tab to go to the next field. Type in 12. Press Tab, type 12, and press Enter. Now we're specifying that we want a cube that is 24 inches on a side with 12 segments in each dimension. You'll also see that there is another set of length, width, and height parameters here. Those don't have any effect right now because we're using keyboard entry. After we've created the box, we can come back to these parameters and change the dimensions. Click the Create button to build the box. It's positioned at the origin, or the center of the world, because we left the X, Y, and Z values at their defaults of 0. If we don't deselect this primitive, and we don't exit this primitive's creation tool, then we can still change the parameters. For example, we can set the height to a value of 48 inches and press Enter, and now the box is 4 feet tall. We can also set these parameters by clicking and dragging with the mouse. Over on the right of the entry field are a couple of arrows. This is called a spinner. If you click and hold your mouse down, you can adjust that value either up or down. If you click and drag the mouse, then you can move that parameter value up and down a little bit more intuitively. If we choose any other tool or panel, or simply right-click in the viewport, we will exit the creation tool for this primitive type. For example, if we go to the Modify panel up here, and the object is still selected, we can still adjust its parameters. We can click and drag on the height. If nothing is selected, then the Modify panel will be blank. So if I click out here on Nothing, then I don't see those parameters displayed. If I've got the Select Object tool active, I can click on that object once again, and with the Modify panel visible, I can access that object's parameters once again. That's how to create primitives using keyboard entry.